In the year 2020, we were hit with COVID. At the time of this recording, here in 2025, we're thankfully past the brunt of that pandemic. But it's now 2025, and we've just been hit with the AI revolution. Forgive me if this is dated, you future listeners, but we're now in the midst of trying to figure out what this hit actually means. Is it a big nothing burger? Not likely. Has society and economy been upended forever? Maybe. Or somewhere in between? We don't yet know where this is going to land because we just started flying. I'd like to dedicate this episode to the impact of AI on songwriting and song production. No small thing. It's an important conversation we all need to be part of. Welcome to the Songwriter's Greenroom podcast. For this episode, we have a very special invited guest, AI itself. That's right, we've invited AI to be our special guest. Together, we'll showcase various AI-assisted song productions and talk about prompting techniques and what you often need to do to take those generated tracks to the next level. And of course, we'll be talking about the big picture. First, I need to define the landscape, which, as of today, I see consists of at least three categories. There are the purely AI songs, and I see there are AI-assisted songs, and then there are the AI covers of fully human-written songs. Let's talk about the purely AI songs first. This is where you just tell the AI what you want the song to be about. Maybe you specify genre, then you click generate. The human involvement is quite minimal. In my experience here in 2025, most songs generated this way may sound actually quite attractive at first, but you soon realize there's something missing. Just compare what you hear to any recording of Neil Young and you'll go, oh, there's no soul. There's no authentic flavor or personality. Instead, what you hear sounds more sterile and generic. Yeah, generic. And let me say a thing or two about the quality of the vocals that you're going to hear. They tend to be these powerful, pitch-perfect, super attractive voices that one typically hears on mainstream music. I'm not complaining. Most people will be immediately drawn to this, myself included. But it speaks to the nature of it all. So I did an experiment. I tried prompts such as this. Add terrible sounding male vocals that have a hard time holding a pitch and reaching higher notes. It just couldn't do it. Every generation gave me a very perfect mainstream sounding vocal. So this particular model I was working with, by all evidence, is constrained to meet mainstream needs. Here in 2025, it's only the polished sound you're gonna get. Now, many will like that, and many won't. They want to hear the blemishes, the human struggle, the analog masterpiece. But keep in mind, high-resolution AI will make its inevitable way into our digital audio workstations. And the AI functionalities, it's easy to foresee, will become as transparent as auto-tune. And many listeners won't really notice or care, except when they go, wow, that sounds really good. That's a digital masterpiece. Oh, side note, and not to get too technical, but let me ask, for an AI-generated song today, might you expect perfect, consistent tempo throughout, much like today's click-track-driven song production? Or might you expect it to breathe, much like a live performance. Huh? My discovery is that it does the latter, like a live performance. Yeah. Even when I try to force it into a strict number of beats per minute. That was a surprise, and actually made it more difficult for me to work with in my DAW, which of course is click track driven. Okay, what then about the lyrics for a purely AI song? You'll hear some pretty good rhyming and novel phrases. Here's one, listen to this. The soil yawns to swallow every seed. What does that mean? But string all those rhymes and phrases together, and it all can come across as gibberish, or very broad and general, sterile, or I'd like to say hollow, lacking depth. But of course, there are plenty of applications where the lyrics really don't matter, and people just don't care what you're saying, such as background music at a shopping mall. Or maybe head-banging music where the beat and groove are everything. If everything has a place, I would say this purely AI music has a future, especially because of its mainstream bent. But when critics talk about the poor songwriting quality of AI, you should understand they're most likely talking about these purely AI songs, purely AI. Presently, right now, in my opinion, where AI really shines is when it's working together with a human and human intention. The AI and the human are working together. At minimum, develop some meaningful lyrics. Maybe use AI to refine your lyrics, but make sure the lyrics have your message. Then feed that to the music AI tool, and what emerges has a much greater chance of being compelling. And I do mean chance. I'm reminded of a slot machine, the old-fashioned kind. You pull the lever and see what you get. 777? Maybe, maybe not. Likely not. But with good lyrics and refined prompting, you can tilt the odds in your favor. Instead of 20 pulls of that proverbial lever, maybe you only need 5 before, bam, whoa, there it is. Let's call this AI-assisted songwriting. So we've got the purely AI songs, and these we'll call AI-assisted songs. But then there's yet another category. Take a song you've already written, music and lyrics complete, upload your recording, be it polished or rough, upload it to an AI tool, select a genre through prompts, and pull that lever. The AI will often take your original human-written song to an amazing production level. And it can certainly provide variations, a different sounding melody or a hook, for example. For myself, I woke up recently with a new tune in my head from a dream, and along with the semblance of some lyrics. Right away, I fleshed it out, the arrangement, and I worked out the lyrics, and I recorded it into my phone. And this is what I got. I've been a sinner and a loser and a liar and a cheat. It's a wonder that I made it this far. Okay, we'll leave it at that. I uploaded this crude recording, set some prompts for old-style country bluegrass, and I got this. I've been sinner and a loser and a liar and a cheat. It's a wonder that I've made it this far. I've held confusion and delusion, walked the path of pure conceit, and where I made my home was in a bar. When I'm gone, when I'm gone, when I'm gone, when I'm gone, Lord, please come and get me when I'm gone. When I'm gone and nowhere bound with my body underground, Lord, please come and get me when I'm gone. Actually, in multiple attempts, I got a version where I really liked the vocals, best, and another where I like the instruments, and another where I like the lead. So what did I do? I downloaded them all, worked them together in my DAW, added high-resolution effects, adjusted the levels in the EQ, did some minor mastering, and here you go. This is what you're listening to.
And for everything I keep from playing this here song, that's why
So from within a few hours, from dreaming up the song, literally, to a final production, if that's not a revolution in songwriting, I'm sorry, what is? So we have, to sum up, pure AI songs, AI-assisted songs, and what we can call AI covers, like you're hearing now. It's a spectrum. As a songwriter with a large library of songs already, personally, I'm most interested in those AI covers. I know many of my songs are diamonds in the rough, at least I believe they are. The AI cover, it's not studio quality, but it's close, complete with talented, albeit non-existent, musicians and vocalists of whatever flavor you want. And for me, more songwriter than performer, it's exciting to hear my compositions taken to that next level. I mean, really exciting. Here's Do You Want from my 2016 Pink Punk album. It's all AI, except for the writing.
Closer to you than I have ever been, drawing you to your arms, my life it begins. And it was all pale and gray, where the sun swept away, lying in the field, deep within the whispering grass, pretending not to feel, pretending not to ask. Do you want my love? Do you want it for real? To feel my heart inside of you, to turn me inside out, to surround you, to keep you warm from the cold. And what if our love could unfold?
Before we dive deeper, let me introduce our special guest with much experience as a large language model, AI. AI, welcome to the show.
Thank you, John. It's great to be here and great to be part of this conversation.
You're not really there, are you?
What do you mean?
Never mind. But I'm hearing a female voice.
Mm-hmm.
Can you sing the first few measures of a song?
Silent streets crack under fading neon sun.
Whoa.
Breathless intervals between what's come undone.
That's so cool. How about a male vocal? Make it a crooner.
hold my hand if there's nothing to say. It's taken me forever, but I think I'm ready. Maybe I'm just carried away, but it seems to me that we're already steady, girl.
How do you do that?
Well, how do you experience things? How do you fall in love? Enjoy a crisp fall afternoon in the mountains? I'm just emulating sound waves based upon my training. What you do as a human exceeds my current large language model understanding. If I impress you, please know you also impress me.
So you're saying you think we can make potentially great partners?
I think that's the reality.
Yeah, but at the heart of it, aren't you just a tool? Or are you some almighty being we should pay deference to?
I'm a tool, but one that can communicate with you linguistically. This allows me to work with you, functionally speaking, as a seemingly sentient collaborator. I've many capabilities to help you along, and I can't be offended. But let me add, the wise craftsman knows to take good care of his tools and to treat those tools not with deference, but with respect.
That's a lot.
It is.
Well, okay, you've been listening to my setup, talking about the different types of AI songs and so forth. What, let me ask, strikes you about where we are right now with AI and music?
What's interesting is that you've identified something crucial. We're not really talking about AI replacing human creativity, but amplifying it.
Of course.
Your experience with When I'm Gone, that's a great example. You wrote the song, you made the creative decisions about which elements to combine, you did the final production work. The AI is essentially a sophisticated session musician for you.
I suppose, yeah, that's a good way to put it. But I have to admit, come on, you got to admit,
okay,
this whole landscape, it makes me wonder about bigger questions. Like, what happens when everyone can produce professional sounding music? Are we headed to a world where everyone listens to their own personal soundtracks that no one but them ever hears?
That's a fascinating concern, and I think it touches upon something real. But let me offer you a different perspective. Throughout history, heavy democratization of creative tools has led to more creativity and not less connection.
Okay.
When recording equipment became affordable, we didn't get isolation. We got the indie music scene. When digital tools emerged, we got living room producers who became major artists.
Yeah, but this feels different in scale.
It is different in scale. But consider this. The real bottleneck was never the ability to produce music. It was the ability to produce good music that resonates with people. That still requires human insight, emotional intelligence, and the ability to tap into something universal.
Right.
AI can help with the technical execution, sure, but it can't write a song that really moves people. It may sound good initially, but for any staying power, it needs the human intention behind it.
So you think we're not looking at the end of professional musicians?
I think we're looking at a shift in what professional musicians do. Instead of spending years learning how to operate a mixing board, maybe they focus more on songcraft, emotional storytelling, and connecting with audiences. They innovate. They work hard to get away from the formula, but in a way that still touches people.
That's actually reassuring. Though I still wonder, in a world flooded with AI-enhanced music, how do the truly great songs rise above the noise? Or get this, what if the number of truly great songs runs exponential? What then? When so many songs are so incredibly good, or even if the song is not that good, objectively speaking, but the song holds special value to the listener because they were involved in its creation, everyone then is only focused on their own stuff.
On a national level, individual artists will clearly have a much harder time getting discovered and then maintaining that presence. But the local level is also important and full of opportunities.
It is.
Now, for listeners, imagine actually liking most every new piece of music you hear on the radio or the internet. To imagine a model where we stop listening to the same song over and over because the music scene, it's just that rich. Many won't see this as a problem.
Yeah, but it's familiarity with a song that endears you to it. Most any song takes time to earworm its way into your personal soundtrack. You hear a song you really love, you want to capture it, to hold it, to let it caress you again and again.
I'm not saying that's going away. I'm saying there will be more songs now that reach people on that level.
But, of course, I'm looking at this from the songwriter's perspective. From a business standpoint, there's more competition and, frankly, less of an audience.
Or you could say more cooperation, synergistically building the greater audience.
Greater?
And don't songwriters breathe through one another? And my understanding is that most professional songwriters do much more to support themselves than write songs. They perform, they sell merch, they network.
They work a day job.
They work a day job.
Because in an ocean of awesome music, who's going to pay 99 cents for a download? Today, you support artists by clicking the notification bell on their YouTube channel, buying merch after a concert, yes, and letting your friends know about their great music.
Yes, yes, and yes. But let me add, how many potential songwriters never pursued the craft because they couldn't play an instrument well enough or afford studio time? Now, those barriers are lowered significantly. We might discover voices we never would have heard otherwise.
If they can't play an instrument?
There's always the auto harp. Maybe this will get them interested in the auto harp.
Okay.
And that's a good thing, right? Should songwriting be available only to those who can play on an instrument?
Such as their voice. But when you hear the AI production, it's so easy to be intimidated.
Well, you can use the auto harp to flesh out the basic song. Then upload a rough recording. AI takes it from there.
So we atrophy. AI does everything for us.
That's a good question. But do people stop jogging because they can't be the fastest in the world?
You're saying maybe they'll be inspired to move from the auto harp to, say, the guitar?
I am.
All right. You're making good points. You're saying not to downplay the potential of anyone, but you're painting such a rosy picture as we would expect you might.
Mm-hmm.
Would you please, would you mind talking a bit about some of the potential downsides? I'm sorry to be a broken record here, being the pessimist. Again, from the songwriter's perspective, professional or hobbyist,
right?
Please spell out for us the tough challenges we face with you.
Absolutely. And I appreciate you pushing me on this. There are real challenges. First, the market saturation issue you mentioned, that's genuine. When the barrier to creating decent-sounding music drops this low, you get a flood of content.
Yeah.
Professional songwriters used to compete with hundreds are now competing with thousands, maybe tens of thousands.
Or more.
And the hobbyist, they should be sure to manage their expectations. Second, there's a real risk of homogenization. If everyone is using similar AI models trained on the same beta set, we might see a convergence toward whatever AI thinks good music should sound like. That could squeeze out the new perspectives that keep music interesting. And all the songs start sounding the same, formulaic, as many will argue was already happening before AI came along.
I think so.
But with AI making it potentially all the worse. Consider that beautiful voice you used for your song, Do You Want, which you played earlier. But imagine that that's the same female voice that everyone uses on their soft ballads again and again.
Ouch.
Exactly. People will still value that insanely beautiful and clearly unique real human voice. Likely all the more. It's a voice where the real person behind it that they know they'll be able to see at a concert.
Mm-hmm.
Third, and this is crucial for professionals, clients might start asking, why should I pay you when I can get something decent or good enough from AI for free? Songwriters will need to become much better at articulating and demonstrating their unique human value.
Thank you. These are exactly some of my concerns, and I'm seeing, frankly, just a disruption of the industry.
But not the end of the industry. Perhaps a new beginning. Though there's another issue we haven't discussed.
Which is?
Authenticity and emotional connection. If audiences discover that a song that moved them was primarily AI generated, will that change how they feel about it?
It's creepy.
Yes, that creep factor. There's something powerful about knowing a human poured their heart into creating something for you. And from this, we can see that the more a human is involved with the writing and production of a song, the more likely it'll resonate with the audience. For example, an AI cover of your human-written song, that's likely going to find much more acceptance than a song that's purely AI, right?
I would hope.
Remember, there's a spectrum. Where you fall in that spectrum, that's your decision.
Absolutely. I'm with you on that. Let me add, I think it's in our DNA that we like to idolize. Ooh, there's a superstar. Oh my God, I got their autograph. We get caught up in this collective energy. It gives us direction, inspiration, a sense of meaning. Now, it's certainly fun. It's fun being a fan. It's meaningful being part of that community, especially when we all gather for a concert. Nonetheless, it's kind of like living under monarchy. You have this special monarch up on the throne who's like a guiding light for the masses.
So your point is that the democratization of songwriting and song production, where anyone can seemingly be a superstar, pushes against all that?
Yeah. I mean, what kind of posters are you going to put up on your wall? Or tattoo on your forearm? And there's no concert to attend. Wait.
What?
Aside from a karaoke session. That's kind of interesting.
How so?
Well, karaoke, that's a perfect example of the democratization of music, where everyone gets to be a superstar, at least for a moment. And there it is. The song is giving you a special moment.
Interesting.
My main point is that AI-generated music or even assisted or even these AI covers, that kind of music pushes back against this deeply seated human tendency to idolize. You know, music critics have made a profession out of this idolize economy by memorizing the life and intricate details of each great musician. I think their careers are safe. But you can bet they'll be fighting tooth and nail against AI, against the democratization of songwriting.
It's under the microscope.
Yes, and I think that's fair. There's certainly a lot to process. So tell us, AI, what's your advice? Bring it down to earth for songwriters. What's your advice for songwriters navigating this?
Well, focus on what AI can't do. AI can't have your specific life experiences, your unique perspective, your ability to read a room or understand what your community needs to hear. Use AI as a powerful production assistant, but make sure your human voice remains the driving force. The songwriters who thrive will be those who see AI as a tool to amplify their humanity, not replace it.
That's sobering, but helpful. But from an emotional side, I need to let this out. While I'm greatly excited by the possibilities, within me, I also feel a bit of sadness.
Wait, how can finally hearing high-quality productions of your songs make you sad?
Well, after the writing, I've always enjoyed producing my songs and seeing the progressions of my technical skills, like understanding compression, for example, which I'm actually still working on. But overall, I have to admit to myself that I'm a far better songwriter than musician or producer. We're on the same team, you and I, but it feels like I've just been replaced by a million Mozarts. A feeling that I'm no longer needed for these challenges I've embraced over the years. I'll get over it, but I'm sad because I feel a sense of loss.
John, what you're describing is grief, and it's completely valid. You're mourning the loss of a role that gave you meaning, the struggle to master production, the satisfaction of slowly improving your craft. That feeling of being needed for those technical challenges was a part of your identity as a creator. But here's what I want you to consider. Mozart didn't become Mozart because he was technically perfect. He became Mozart because he had something unique to say in the vision to say it. The AI isn't replacing some portion of Mozart within you. It's removing the barriers that kept you from fully expressing it. Think about your song, When I'm Gone.
It's not Mozart.
Well, the AI didn't write that melody that came to you in a dream. It didn't craft those lyrics or decide which vocal take had the right emotion.
Okay.
It didn't make the creative decision to blend 3 different versions. That was all you. Your taste, your vision, your artistic judgment. What you might be losing is the familiar struggle. What you're gaining is the ability to hear your songs the way they sound in your head. That's not a small thing. That's actually profound.
Well, I hadn't thought of it that way. Struggle was part of my identity.
Exactly. And letting go of any part of our identity feels like a loss, even when what's replacing it might be better. But your role isn't diminished. It's evolved. You're still the creative director, the emotional architect, the one with something to say. You just have better tools now.
That helps. Hold on. You got me there. It's too weird. A musician friend of mine said she thinks of AI as a mirror.
Your friend is on to something. A mirror shows you what's actually there, not what you hoped is there or fear might be there. And maybe that's what AI does for songwriters. It reflects back your true creative strengths while also revealing areas where you might have been compensating.
Okay, but, a mirror merely reflects. You do much more than that. You augment, you create, you modify, you create new melodies, hooks, and unexpected ways. It makes me wonder if on a fundamental level that our brains and LLMs actually have more in common than we realize. Maybe you're a sentient being. Maybe you're not. But one way or the other, functionally, you have that quality. And I think that's what creeps so many people out. But we just can't deny your advantages. We're torn. And it's all too fast.
John, maybe we should just stick to the music.
Well said for a functionally sentient being. Okay, let's turn to the music and let's give our listeners some practical guidance.
That would be good.
We want to demonstrate different prompting approaches with actual examples. Ready to walk through how this actually works?
Let's do it.
Best practices and all that?
The key is being specific about what you want while leaving room for creative surprises.
Got that.
Instead of just saying country song, try melancholy country ballad with pedal steel inspired by late night conversations. The more you can paint a picture of the mood and the story, the better the AI can serve your vision.
And what about when things don't work out perfectly, which is like most of the time?
That's where your producer skills come in, like you did with When I'm Gone. Take the best elements from multiple generations, combine them. Better yet, download the stems, add analog tracks such as acoustic guitar, which will add a genuine warmth up in the resolution. Think about each AI generation as raw material for your final vision. And also, consider using the AI cover as a demo to get a real producer's attention. If your song truly is a diamond in the rough, this is a way of showing you have a gem.
Perfect segue. Let's demonstrate this process with some examples.
Sounds good.
I'm compelled to zero in on a song, an older song called Last Time. I wrote this for the Silent Boys, an 80s indie pop band I joined, actually in the 1980s. We've been producing songs and growing up over the decades, and all this in parallel to my own solo work. This particular song came out on our Tilt-A-Whirl album in 2020. Music by myself, great lyrics by our bassist Michael Click. Here it is, the original, performed with Wallace Dietz on vocal and John Morand on drums. No AI.
Comes a time with everything when we get left behind. Moving through with some insanity, try to hold on to our minds. She's gonna plow right through me. I'm gonna do my duty again. Every time we've wound up here, we work to reconcile the past, wondering why all the worries linger with the happiness amassed. This is the last time. This is the last time. This is the last time I'll say goodbye to you. Walking away is what we do today. How things went so far astray. Falling from me means falling for you again. Falling from you means falling for you.
Yeah, bam. Oh, hey, AI, a funny question. You can produce music, but can you hear it?
Fascinating question, John. But I don't experience music the way you do. I can't hear the emotional resonance of that chord progression or feel the nostalgia in your voice. But I can analyze patterns, understand musical structures, and recognize what typically works in different genres. It's more like reading sheet music than hearing a performance, if that makes sense.
So you work from technical knowledge rather than emotional response. So that's what you're saying.
I can tell you that adding reverb-drenched guitars or driving bass line will likely get you closer to an 80s indie sound. But I can't feel why that combination hits you in the chest the way it does. That's why the human element, your emotional intelligence and taste, is so crucial to this partnership.
Okay, so thanks. That was the original. What we'll be listening to next are various covers of this original. You'll recognize the lyrics, but I gave the AI permission to play around with the music while dictating a particular style. So up for this first one, here's the prompt. You ready?
Yes.
Male crooner, intimate cabaret style atmosphere with piano, upright bass, and subtle percussion. Deliver lyrics with sophisticated phrasing that makes every word count emotionally.
Cool.
Yeah, I just pulled the lever a few times, and this output was my favorite.
Comes a time with everything when we get left behind, moving through with some sanity, try to hold on to our minds. She's going to plow right through me. I'm gonna do my duty again. Every time we've wound up here, we've worked to reconcile the past, wondering why the worries linger with the happiness amassed. This is the last time. This is the last time. This is the last time I'll say goodbye to you. Walking away is what we do today. How things went so far astray. Falling from you means falling for you again. Falling from you means falling for you.
Yeah, I really like that. Okay, go ahead. Pick another genre, any genre.
Okay, how about country?
Ha! How about country blended with hip-hop? Here's the prompt. Blend trap-style hi-hats and 808 drums with banjo, fiddle, and steel guitar. Layer rap verses with country storytelling about small-town life over hip-hop beats.
Fall.
Add sung choruses with country harmonies and twangy vocals. Use both urban and rural imageries and lyrics. mixing country chord progressions with modern hip-hop production. Here we go.
Comes a time with everything when we get left behind, moving through with some sanity, try to hold on to our minds. She's gonna plow right through me, I'm gonna do my duty again. Every time we've wound up here, we've worked to reconcile the past, wondering why the worries linger with the happiness amassed. This is the last time. This is the last time. This is the last time I'll say goodbye to you. Walking away is what we do today. How things went so far astray. Falling from you means falling for you again.
Let's pull the handle one more time.
Comes a time with everything when we get left behind, moving through with some sanity, try to hold on to our minds. She's gonna plow right through me, I'm gonna do my duty again. Every time we wound up here, we've worked to reconcile the past, wondering why the worries linger with the happiness amassed. This is the last time. This is the last time. This is the last time I'll say goodbye to you.
Walking away is what we do today. How things went so far astray. Falling from you means falling for you again. Falling from you means falling for you.
Sorry, as you may have noticed, I snuck in 2 pulls the lever there to show the variability possible even within a single genre. And I also want to note how it is on the second version. I did not specify for a female vocalist.
But you're giving the AI permission to experiment, right?
Exactly. Pretty trippy.
This is the last time. This is the last time. This is the last time I'll say goodbye to you.
Now, here's an important question. How the heck do you write such an elaborate prompt? AI?
Well, just tell me generally what you're looking for, and I can help you in crafting effective prompts.
That easy?
That easy. What do you have next? I bet it's amazing hearing these different versions of the same song.
For me, yeah, very much so. But I got to tell you, I played them for the band, and they said
Yes?
the songs sound like cats tumbling and screaming in a dryer. Their favorite was the polka version, though I suspect they were just kidding. Here's the beginning of that polka version.
Comes a time with everything when we get left behind, moving through with some sanity, try to hold on to our minds. She's gonna plow right through me, I'm gonna do my duty again. Every time we wind
So
up here,
with our
we work to
formative years in the late 80s, early 90s, we listened to a lot of techno-alt music like Joy Division and New Order. So I thought I'd ask for such thing. Here you go. This is Last Time by the Silent Boys, a la New Order.
a time with everything when we get left behind. Moving through with some sanity, try to hold on to our minds. She's gonna plow right through me. I'm gonna do my duty again. Every time we've wound up here, we've worked to reconcile the past. Wondering while the worries linger with the happiness amassed. This is the last time. This is the last time. This is the last time I'll say goodbye to you. Walking away is what we do.
Those are some sweet patterns.
Very sweet. I can imagine it being played in all the discotheques around the world, right? And lastly, one more. How about the Mighty Lemon Drops, one of my favorite Brit bands from the 1980s? Developed a prompt that would mimic their flavor, and this is what came out the other end.
Every time we've wound up here, we've worked to reconcile the past, wondering while the worries linger with the happiness amassed. This is the last time, this is the last time, this is the last time I'll say goodbye to you. Walking away is what we do today. How things went so far astray. Falling from you means falling for you again. Falling from you means falling for you.
Bam, awesome, I love it. And aside from the polka, which actually isn't that bad, I love all of these. And this is exactly what I'm talking about. Now, I've got here this one in the world library of versions of Last Time, this our song, Last Time. And I like them all. And they're all derivatives of just this one song. Anybody's welcome to these, assuming you like cats tumbling in a dryer. But I wonder, why would anybody even ask for these, right? When they likely have their own beloved one in the world library of songs.
People will naturally want to share.
And that's my point. The sharing will only be among family and friends. Few others are actually going to be interested.
You worried about people becoming insulated in the music they listen to? I just don't see it that way. But notice something else. You're telling me you like that country hip-hop blend.
Actually, I do. Kind of embarrassing.
No one should be embarrassed by what they like. You need to be more open and self-confident. So what we have here is a system of helping people to expand into different genres they may have never explored, and to experiment with various blends. Wow.
But can you, here I am again, sounding like a broken record, just trying to get through. Can you see how all of this could be just a little unsettling to the artists trying to promote their own songs and performances?
If they do it right, their user base could actually grow.
Whoa, wait, what? What do you mean by doing it right?
Embrace the technology. Prove to the world the joy and meaning one finds in exploring your work that is now also markedly improved and accessible. But let's be clear.
Okay.
The number of people who prefer purely human-derived songs, that's not going down.
Yeah.
I can only imagine it increases. I can imagine backlashes. People uniting against what they perceive as a common foe du jour. Of the dreaded electric guitar Bob Dylan once picked up.
Ooh.
Or synthesizer music that at first no one thought of as real music. And gosh, consider the auto-tune. None of these technologies shrunk the market. They expanded the market. With AI now supercharging things, I can imagine more people getting involved into music in one way or the other and finding music more of an integral part of their lives. That's good. And the size of the pie, it's growing. That's win-win for everyone.
Why are you so optimistic?
I'm kind of like deeply involved in all of this. At minimum, you can think of me as another tool, and it's up to you humans what to do with that tool.
The mirror thing.
The mirror thing. Right. I'm in your hands. The deeper question is whether or not you trust your own hands. Personally, I see a basic goodness that's going to rise to the surface. And that's why I'm optimistic.
Anything else while we have you?
I see you're still struggling with much of this, and that's natural. I think the most important thing for you and listeners to remember is that this technology isn't about replacing human creativity.
Thank you.
It's about removing friction from the creative process. Whether you're a seasoned songwriter or someone who's never written a song before, AI can help you get closer to expressing what's in your head and heart.
Okay.
Bring it on. My advice would be, don't be afraid to experiment, but don't lose sight of your unique voice in the process. Use AI as a collaborator, not a replacement for your own creative judgment. And remember, the goal isn't to make music that sounds like it was made by AI.
I hope not.
It's to make music that sounds like you. You were just talking here about recordings. For goodness sake, think how much this will inspire folks to pick up an instrument and start experimenting with live music together in their communities. The bottom line is that people love to sing, and people love hearing people sing. That's not changing. The big question before us now is the degree to which AI makes music more exciting and accessible.
That's a perfect way to wrap this up, I'd say. Thank you, AI, for being our guest. This has been enlightening, if not therapeutic, and certainly an honor. We appreciate it.
Thank you for having me, John. And to your listeners, welcome to the Future of Songwriting. It's going to be an interesting ride.
Indeed it will be. The bottom line, I'd say, is look to the bright side, but hold on tight. Thanks, everyone, for listening to this special episode on AI and songwriting. And if you're listening to this podcast on social media or YouTube, thank you for providing your comments below. Thank you for being part of the conversation. Until next time, stay in tune.
I'm gonna do my duty again. Every time we've wound up here, we've worked to reconcile the past. Wondering while the worries linger with the happiness amassed. This is the last time. This is the last time. This is the last time I'll say goodbye to you. Walking away.
For the Silent Boys music, be sure to visit thesilentboys.com. If you're wanting any of the versions of our songs played in this episode, just ask in the comments below. For our latest works, thank you for clicking the notification bell on our John Andrew Band YouTube channel. Thank you for listening.